2026. I want to take this opportunity for welcoming all to the Government of Salone weekly press and civic engagement. We regard to you from the Ministry of Information and Civic Education here at the Miata Civic Center, new building, Nafrito. I thank you to all the partners that will make sure we can to live or we want to carry live or we partner them across the media, the blogosphere and all others with the support we for this very important conversation could reach the people there at Salone. I want to say particular thank you to VSO to make sure we get live sign language, Chinese government, UNDP, AfriCell, Sierra Capital Foods, and others where they continue to provide support to win at the Ministry of Information for your country. So there's a big part of the conversation we continue to see on ECOWAS and what it means for Salone. But first, I'll give you very briefly the cabinet conclusions from last week because we get some major cabinet conclusions from last week. Number one, Cabinet may approve a new approach important for you and the chairman of the committee. A new approach for the allocation of the Tokolili North iron ore deposits. Under this new framework, the mining license will be issued through the National Minerals Agency, the Mining Cadastral Administrative System, on a first-come, first-served basis in line with the Mines and the Minerals Development Act. The one day we go know about this, we know say the Tokolili North, His Excellency been done put up inside the SLMMDMC, but now Cabinet don't approve for them to proceed for pull a day and put up exclusively now through this mechanism for be operated under the National Minerals Agency and for look for an investor based on the applicable law. The one that we pay attention to this could say this is an important update. The decision intended for provide faster, more transparent and legally robust licensing process will strengthen investor confidence and ensure Salone continue to drive maximum value from a mineral resource system through the states. Number two, Cabinet may approve the establishment of the Sierra Leone Ocean Shipping Company Limited. This is a joint venture agreement between the Salone National Shipping Agency and the Zhejiang Group Company Limited, Chinese group, for the establishment of the Sierra Leone Ocean Shipping Company Limited. Cabinet also authorized for the Minister of Transport to submit this to Parliament for ratification. This new company will operationalize the Salone National Carrier, it will attract significant private investment into the maritime sector, and it will create opportunities for we all through an investment in a marine college, generate additional government revenue, and it will strengthen Salone participation in the maritime trade. Final agreement with Cabinet, the approval you need for know that the approval of this national open source software first policy. This now a new policy with the Minister for Communication, Technology and Innovation and carried will establish open source software as the preferred option for government digital systems with the aim for reduced software licensing costs, strengthen digital sovereignty, improve interoperability across public institutions and promote the development and the use of government digital solutions. The company repository will enable ministries, department agencies for share and build upon existing digital system and will help for the government build this with open governance and digital public goods pipeline and platform where President Builder encouragingly forget. So ladies and gentlemen, that's not the Cabinet conclusions from the last Cabinet meeting. Now, I want to give you a summary of the news updates from the last week from the government of Salone. When I all for say this week, na ECOWAS week, the 39th session of the ECOWAS Administration and Finance Committee don't officially open na Freetown, mark the beginning of the statutory meetings will lead to the 2026 ECOWAS Media Summit delegates from all across the 12 member states and beyond together for deliberates on the key administrative, financial, and social matters which are critical to the community. This official opening session, the chairman of the Administration and Finance Committee, Mr. Komba Momo, by the way, all things are ECOWAS right now, Salome the chair. This committee back now, Salome the chair. Thanks to President Bill in leadership. And we brought out the Honorable Member of Parliament with there who can explain some of them here for you. Quickly, I'll be making an announcement to the state broadcaster, and I'll go to say SLBC, they undergo some significant uplift for make a kind of 21st century, and we want to share that as well as news. So thank you to the DG SLBC, Madam Josephine Kamara, the board, chair, and all the other members of the board for where they do this very important work, and we will make sure SLBC become a broadcaster we're proud of. The Honorable Minister of Finance don't be formally commended, Mr. Sheku Ahmed Fansamadi Bangura. They recognized him by the South Carolina House of Representatives in the US for in distinguished leadership in public finance and in contribution to economic governance and fiscal reform. This recognition will be presented to him at the South Carolina House of Representatives in the US on the 29th June, in which the members of the House may acknowledge the Minister in decades of service in intersection of public policy and global governance. The pronouncement will declare Minister Fansamadi as a seasoned economist, technocrat, with more than 3 decades of experience and the work we don't do for bringing international perspective and stability to the governance. So on behalf of government, I want to congratulate my colleague, Sheikh Ahmed Fansamadi Bangura, for the high honor and praise, where no less a government, but a state government in the United States being given because of the outstanding work we don't do. They praise her for that, and a big opportunity for we people in Asalo. The final news that 5 young medical doctors and 1 nurse don't return after they complete the advanced training in hematology, the study and treatment of blood in Italy. Their medical training here will make possible through the full scholarship provided by the Ministry of Health and AIC, which are the Italian Agency for Development Cooperation Project. The program is designed for strengthening the country's blood transfusion service is expected to make a significant impact in reducing postpartum hemorrhage, one of the leading causes of maternal death in the country. Again, a part of some of the things that we, President Julius Madabio, they do for help the country go before. Now, finally, today, I want to share this night called Hot Off the Press. I just want to alert my colleague Zach, say I don't send you an updated version. I get a public notice we all money for pay attention to. This is now breaking news. I just this public notice to come up from the office of the Attorney General and Minister of Justice. And the date is today, 14 July 2026. Discontinuance of charges against former President Anas Baiko. Today, the Attorney General and Minister of Justice has filed a notice to discontinue the criminal proceedings against former President Dr. Anas Baiko in accordance with Section 45 of the Criminal Procedure Act of 2024. This decision was taken in exercise of the powers conferred on the Attorney General by the laws of Sierra Leone. Former President Kuruma had been charged with offenses relating to treason and misprision of treason and was granted bail on medical grounds. As a result of today's filing, the proceedings are no longer before the courts, and the former president's bail comes to an end with immediate effect. The former president's bail comes to an end with immediate effect. Former President Nkrumah is therefore free to return to Sierra Leone upon the completion of his medical treatment or at any time of his choosing. Then at the end of the breaking news, the public update, public notice will come out from the Office of the Attorney General. I will read an Creole one more time so that when I already carry Creole, so at least the people are waiting for carry. He said the public notice from the Office of the Attorney General and Minister of Justice. This is not effective now. The government don't tap in case we get against the former president, Dr. Ernest Bai Nkrumah. The Attorney General and the Minister of Justice don't file a notice for make them go tap the criminal case we them get against the former president, Dr. Ernest Bai Nkrumah, in accordance with Section 45 of the Criminal Procedure Act 2024. The decision where the Office of the Attorney General don't take, it taken because of the power with the laws of Salon give the Attorney General. So this decision here, it pull up from the laws, get the power they say. Anytime we case they go on, it can tap that case there as long as it not get judgment yet. Family members say the former president be in charge with offenses the way relates to what be happen year November 26, treason and misprision of treason, and then be grant and bail. The courts be grant and bail on medical grounds. Because of this filing, we don't happen as I talk now. The case where the Attorney General gets on behalf of the states against the former president no longer no day before the courts. And that bail with them grants the Attorney General, it don't come to an end, so you're not there on bail anymore. The release end say the former president, Ernest Bai Nkrumah, therefore free for comeback salon where done in medical or at any time we in choose for car. Because this particular case, the AG today filed to the courts for lots of the case. That's the breaking news we get from the Office of the Attorney General and the Minister of Justice of Salon. That breaking news they now will go all out. I think the ATU said they go ahead and go Twitter and they go there and all the different platforms there. Now we come to the panel. It's a very interesting time for the panel because we get some distinguished members of the panel here. We are one for introduce. Number one, the presidential spokesperson, Alhaji Dr. Alpha Khan. We're glad we're there with we. We get with sister, we are the executive secretary for the Independent Commission for Peace and National Cohesion. With sister, we are Madam Hawa Samai. And see if they can give perspective on this topic. And last, but by no means the least, a distinguished leader now in Parliament, a brother, we they represent we as well, and ECOWAS, the Right Honorable Emerson Sir Lamina. We can discuss this news, ECOWAS, and with the implications for peace and national cohesion. I just want to say, I don't see people who get questions on this breaking news, and they could deny, we will take the question. We will do this conversation briefly, and we will come to now in case there are any questions. And I want to announce as well to the press on this issue, Primary spokesman on behalf of the government will be myself. On behalf of the presidency will be the Honorable Alpha Khan. So all Mawewa for get any additional confirmation on this issue, or can primarily through me, or can through to the Honorable Alpha Khan. So this is something that we'll do together. But Honorable Alpha Khan, in fact, if finally we start with you, I want to make you frame for me this breaking news, the ECOWAS happening at Salou with the person we you the talk for, President Julius Malami. Why at this time, at this country, President Bill will host ECOWAS? What do you mean? Tell me, I want to talk to the people of this country, because you talk to them sometimes in ways that only you can. For let them situate this moment and the leadership of President Bill, they provide, we don't continue to provide. So it will help for frame and for you. And then we will come to Honorable the ECOWAS perspective. We want to do some civic education on ECOWAS, and then we'll come to the sister, we will do the peace and national cohesion framing for you. Over to you, sir.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman and Government Spokesman, Minister of Information and Civic Education. You don't give me big task. News. And I'm media for people don't have more and more let people understand that. You can only do that when you understand the character and the personality of the president who we get. So for that, I therefore ask you permission. Just as you read the breaking news in English, I have a prepared opening statement in English. After which we will broke up. Pankrio, Timi, Limba, Kuranko, Yalonka, Isi, and Ifuku. With your permission. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen of the Fourth Estate. And good afternoon, all the people in Sierra Leone. Please lend me your ears. Thank you for joining us this afternoon. Today, I wish to speak not merely as a politician, but about the character of our president. Throughout Sierra Leone's history, whenever our nation faced defining moments, extraordinary leaders emerged to answer the challenge of their times. In my own capacity as an observer of politics and history, I have often described them as our centurials. Centurials are borrowed from the Roman centurion, meaning a leader of a battalion of 100 men, soldiers. But that's not what I mean. Borrowing the word, because what I want to tell you about the period of upheavals that happened in Sierra Leone, almost providentially, coincidentally, or even inexplicably, after every almost 100 years. I will start with the year 15. In 1585, we had a leader called by Farmer Tani at Koya. He was the one who stopped the man was led by Masariko when she came to take over the rest of the country. And he was able to organize a proper government within Koya in a city, a town he called Robaga. That was 1585. He united our people at that time. And then in 1685, or it was 100 years later, there was another attempt by Portuguese slave traders to enter the hinterland of Sierra Leone in search of slaves. There was a king in the mouth of the river, at the confluence of the River Rokel and the Bankasuka at Pepe exactly, called by Adam Portuguese. Portuguese is the corruption of the word Portuguese, because he stopped the Portuguese from going into the hinterland. and he restricted them to do their trade only at Burns Island. That is why today we talk about Burns Island. It was the Adam Portuguese who did that. And for those of you who have visited Burns Island, you will see that his grave, his tomb is still there and still marked year of death, 1685. That's 100 years since my father came. And then, in 1787, we had the British come here. They had chosen Sierra Leone as a place to return freed African slaves. But when the British came with all their might, they met a leader at the coast called King Mbana, aided by his assistants, King Jimmy and King Tom. You'll recognize their names from the place named after them. They did not fight. They negotiated. They played the diplomacy and were able to get the British to pay a lease for the piece of land now called the Western area that they gave to them. That was negotiation. That was the power of diplomacy. That was King Mbana. So that was the second centurion. In 1898 after that, almost another 100 years, you can see 120 years, we had the incursion into the hinterland after Sierra Leone had been declared a crown colony, a protectorate. The British administrators decided to impose what was called a hut tax on our people for the homes that they had built themselves, the homes with which they built with mud blocks, the homes they used sticks to build, thatch and everything. Everything came out of their bush, out of their jungle, out of their area. But the Queen of England then, Queen Victoria, said that they must pay tax for their homes. But we had this strong leader called Bayepore. He stood against that. He said, this was unfair. How can I pay tax without representation? I don't know the Queen. She hasn't built my house. Why should I pay her tax? So he resisted that. And that was the beginning of the hot tax, of the independence movement of Sierra Leone. That was 1787. Almost another 100 years since Adam Portuguese. And then in 1996, another 100 years, almost, not so, from 1898 to 1996, it's 98 years, not so, it's almost 100 years. What was happening around 1996? We were at war among ourselves. We were killing ourselves, brother against brother, sister killing mother, and all that sort of thing. Fratricidal, the worst fratricidal war this region has ever known. It had to stop. But there was a young soldier, a captain of the Sierra Leone army, called Julius Maada. When he took over the leadership of the country, he decided that fighting brothers against brothers will never end the war, because no battle ends in the battlefield. No war. You have to come to the negotiating table. So at great danger to himself, selflessly, he went in search of the rebel leader for the Sanko. He went to Ghana, met President Jerry Rawlings. He went to Nigeria, met President Babangida. He came to Côte d'Ivoire and met President, I forgot his name slightly, President Bade, what is his name? No, after him. Yes, Conan Bade. And he helped him to look for Fodisako. In fact, he assigned the foreign minister of the Côte d'Ivoire to President Bio, said, I see that you are a serious person. Wars have to be negotiated. So let Mr. Amara Essie help you. And Amara Essie himself took it as if it was his own war. They went all over, went into the bush and found Fodisako eventually. In fact, when I get the story from His Excellency the President, the helicopter that they took to go to the camp there couldn't land because it was muddy. So they had to jump from the helicopter to meet with Fodisako. And Amara Essie actually sprained his leg there. And that pain stayed with him until he died last year. And I went to that funeral to represent Sierra Leone on behalf of His Excellency. So this is the kind of fortitude, the kind of bravery our president showed when he was a very young man. He was just about 32 years old at that time in 1996, you know that. But he did that. But after that, the next thing was what? The people clamored for democracy. We want democracy. He said to them, I have spoken for this and go. They want us to finish the war and then we go into elections. But since you want elections now, I will give you elections. And he negotiated and oversaw the elections of 1996. When there was a clear winner at the time, he handed over to President Ahmed Jankaba only after 3 months of being president, a young man in Africa, a soldier with guns and everything. He could have stayed. He said, I will not, I'll resist. It was wartime. He could use the war as an excuse. He said, no, for the sake of Sierra Leone, I'll hand over. And he went away. And he came back. He's president of Sierra Leone. So exactly almost 100 years when Buri stopped the incursion of the British Crown into our hinterland, President Julius Maada Bio stopped the war for us. Just another 100 years. So if you count from by Farmer Tami 1585, by Adam Pututu 1685, that's 100 years, King Nembana 1987, and then you have 1898. It's King Nembana 1787, by Bure 1898, another 100 years, and then you have President Julius Maada Bio 1996, almost 100 years also. Doesn't it show you a pattern that for some weird reason, known only to God, that the greatest moments of upheaval for Sierra Leone happen almost 100 years apart? But there's always someone who will stand up for his people. And in 1996, President Julius Maada Bio stood for us. So what does that tell us about President Bio? So in our own time, President Dr. Julius Maada Bio answered his call. At one of the darkest moments of our civil war, he helped create the conditions for peace through engagement with the rebel leadership, leading for the Sanko in the search for a negotiated end to the conflict. He then supervised democratic elections. That same commitment to peace, democracy, and national reconciliation continues to define his leadership today. And of course, civilization also teaches us justice and mercy are not enemies. The Holy Quran reminds us in Hemim Tanjilul Rahman, which we call Fusilat. He said, you must repel evil with what is better. Then the one between whom and you there was enmity may become as though he were a devoted friend. Surah Fusilat, chapter 41, verse 34. Then our Lord Jesus Christ taught us in the Sermon on the Mount. He said, blessed are the merciful, for they shall be shown mercy. Matthew 5, verse 7. And in Matthew 5:9, he said, blessed are the peacemakers, for they shall be called the children of God. Even Shakespeare reminds us in The Merchant of Venice, in the encounter between Portia and Shylock, when she was pleading for Antonio, what did she say? She said, the quality of mercy is not strained. It falls down from heaven as a blessing, underground below. It is twice blessed. It blessed him that gives and him that receives. Even in Temne folklore, what do we have? We have a proverb that says, when you are angry with your neighbor, swallow the venom and speak the water, so that you will always leave room for dialogue. You don't speak the blood, because blood, once spilled, has to be repaid. These timeless teachings remind us that true strength is demonstrated not only by enforcing justice, but also by pursuing reconciliation wherever the Constitution and the laws of Sierra Leone permit. And we have just heard that the Attorney General took the lead on this clemency, if you call it, on this magnanimity. looking through the powers vested upon him by the Constitution of Sierra Leone, that it is possible for the case of President Ernest Bai Koroma to be discontinued within the laws of Sierra Leone without stepping on any justice. President Bio's record has consistently reflected a belief that peace, democracy, and national unity are among our republic's greatest treasures. As we as people continue to build a stronger Sierra Leone, let us remain guided by justice, tempered with wisdom, and inspired by the hope of lasting national reconciliation. Our country was built on justice. This mercy can strengthen us, and unity will secure it for generations yet unborn. I thank you.
Well, I think the house will say amen. The world will say amina. Look, there are moments in history, I tell Elijah if I can thank you. Term and day in a term for love picker, term and day in a term for peace, in a term for love bring the country come together. Term and day as well when a term for exceptional leadership. When a leader they step up and say, no matter what happen, me I choose what's in the best interest of the entire people of this country. It's not a decision with the AG office don't take. You don't file. But His Excellency President Julius Maada, if any leader in the history of Salone were willing and capable for do big things for move this country in the right direction, I think history will be very kind to President Dr. Julius Maada. Like how Alaji say, we in a young man, join the military, fought in the war, start the peace process. Many people don't know say in family were massacred in team. It became reason for hate for this alcohol and all in being so long ever saw that blood crush them. Say no. It started the peace process. It gives alone the ultimate gift. No gifts, no pass peace in the world. No gift. Now, like check with any country will go through conflict now. Let you hear where they pray. Say, God, if anything no one we all come back, but do allow get peace. President, you gave us peace. He took a courageous decision. I also tell somebody, let's show me whose military leader will popular a kind of power inside 3 months he hand over power. When he can. Not to say the first and I hand over conduct the election, say the time, say we will be there, we will not extend ourselves. And so they differ. Most people don't know, say, President Julius Maada in first cabinet, where in the military leader, he will include Samoa Kamara, he will include KKY. A lot of people don't even know that name. Joseph Samsise of the ABC, the agriculture minister. Paul Kamara, this is the man. When you see in this tennis from a young age, in instincts don't always be what he say in Makeni. He say, me. I know they check who's at the commons. I know they check the time. In cook, in security, in chief of staff, all in one in meets them. We don't ever make and come out from other parts of the country, they speak different languages. In first cabinets, all of that. He chose democracy. He gave the country the ultimate gift. Conduct the election. He could have changed. If at that time, by the way, if he could have decided, say, let him become a civilian, he won. He could have decided, say, they contest, he goes inside the election, and some other people they don't do. He becomes civilian. He left, he pull out, he go completely. And at no point where they are where anybody no accuse and say don't interfere. Very important point. Nobody no accuse and say, he be the party for machine. Go study, focus. When he come back, he say, he go through the democratic process. He contests the laws they accept. First inside party. Then he get the party in symbol, he contests the laws. He believes, say, reason be there for electoral justice that same day. He put up me hand and said, I choose the country. He left. Yes, sir.
Nabim had been Minister of Presidential Affairs at the time. At the State House when they got the case against her, saying, yes, you may have evidence, but you don't come too late. With laws necessarily is that if you have an election-related matter, especially presidential elections, you don't come within 7 days of the announcement of results. He went there 10 days later. So on that basis, they dismissed the case. You know what he did? He went to State House. He go to the office. He said, Alpha. He said, I want to see the president. And he said, he don't go there alone. He go with the body of Christ and some of the interreligious council. So I go meet President Kuruma. I say, Mr. President, Julius, there. I say, hey, Oman, call him out. What do you want? And I say, you want to talk to him? He said, go call them. I go call them. They came in. Sule Darami, and came in. It was the scope. Presenter. And you know the first thing he did? I said, yeah, let's go. He embraced her. Maybe you see that picture. Now he embraced her. He said, for the sake of ceremony, you are my president. And from that day onwards, we see come out. You go in, again for nothing. That's where Ebola comes.
In fact, the only thing come back, now when it was needed for national service, a moment where he say, for can't help for fight a disease will be the threat in this country. And when Kamusa go first, he go State House. He go meet with President Kuruma. He say, how can I help? You know the question he asked, how can I help? He go all across the country to decide where you don't see 9 people there. You don't ask, we're not holding a power now, and then let them suffer more so that I will make reason for kind of power. Never did that. Every time this man will be faced with a crossroad for choose between your own ego, your own personal interest, for choose anything, you don't always decide for go with waiting in the best interest of this country and waiting in judgment, we will move this country in the right direction. I think since a time, a period this as well as we enter ECOWAS, all the heads of state they come, we hear the message we give na Makeni, a message of national cohesion. I've been telling us that I choose for do the town hall na Makeni. So a leader in the think ways will me, you know the think. He choose for go Makeni. You don't say they are not so strong goal. If not clap will be once. But elect we unpick and manipulate, say we never manipulate whole area in Makeni. Not so we cannot. If not clap no matter where they go bomb. Or go or Kenema, but say go Makeni. We go get real conversation about peace, about unity, about cohesion, about bringing the country together, about real development, about coming together and moving forward. He did that, and I give credit to the people of Makeni as well. They extend their hand, they applaud, and they see the things that we don't do. And today we see the decision as well. So if any silent and they else they wonder, they ask the question, what kind of leader we have? We get a leader in President Julius Madabio, but each time they live the values that will be passed with all. They live the motto of this country, unity, freedom, and justice. They live the sentiment of bringing this country together because the country is important and bigger than all of us. Well, now come back to ECOWAS. Honorable Emerson, I want you to spend some time, do some civic education for people. I do the radio rounds this year, and some people they say, I don't even know what Civic said. We host ECOWAS. What ECOWAS don't do for me? What's in ECOWAS? Yeah. I talk about the gift of peace and stability and all that. So I want you to do 2 things for me, sir. And I'm not saying a lecturer. But we put small time constraint, but I'll give some time. For situate the value of ECOWAS to Sierra Leone and Salon in contribution to ECOWAS, reflected in our leadership, Senate Unit Speaker, you representing us, Abdul Kako and others, and the role with Sierra Leone and ECOWAS, the relationship okay, and why such a meeting is important. I think what I hear from government perspective, follow ye from the honorable member of parliament, we actually see on ECOWAS for the people that understand fully. Yes, sir.
Yeah, thank you very, very much, Minister Siba. The people learn like privilege, and also an opportunity for make we know about ECOWAS, that is a parliament. It is beautiful that we are operating dual parliaments. We operate Sadon Parliament, we also operate Nigeria Abuja ECOWAS Parliament. A very clear that the supplementary artwork are very, very clear. But before that, let us do small history lane. Sometimes in 1975, Nigeria may get a military leader, very young, forward-looking, futuristic, Yakuba Gowand. Let me actually born this vision. Shout out to brother Atuku, Yasimi Yandema. How do you do? Follow that to citizens then. And then 15 countries here. Then you work a free one. Free movement of citizens then. Make we get free trade. Where entire business will be reduced among ourselves. Make we integrate because of language, culture, religion, and we are the same people then. How do we come about that? Then come around 1975 May for form ECOWAS, Economic Community of West African States. They may actually pay attention to trade and how to secure themselves per money business. 50 years on, just last year we celebrated 50 years ECOWAS. Around 2000, the ECOWAS Parliament was also born, which I mean they represent. The ECOWAS is a man and the chairman, where we are also blessed, forget the chairman, head of state, head of authority, and government, His Excellency President Julius Malabio, and happened for me the chairman at this time. I mean, I'm going to tell somebody there could have been no better time than bringing President Malabio as chairman for ECOWAS at this moment. I will tell you the reason. He's not only tailor for the time. When you look at the man in profile, President Julius Malabio is tailor-made. At the time when country they don't backslide, they say no, we there, we need again, and then as Sugarman there. I'm talking of Mali, Burkina Faso, Nigeria. They say no, we don't come out, even in Bissau. We don't come out, we don't mix again because we political leaders have been there one time or another. They're not all democracy fine. That is a man. He gets a language for telling and say, yes, me, I'm a military leader. I put the combat. I go nearly 20 years. I forget for governance business. I come again. I wear civilian clothes. I go to democracy. As the minister say, I lost. I put my country before. I come again. I win election. That's the man. So you see, no ECOWAS country at the moment, they don't understand that language. Like from a tailor-made man, one of the head of state in combat, head of state in civil, that's the man. President Julius Malabio. Today, and the man, what does this mean? It means for some say the deepening with democratic credentials. For not a man, where with consensus, then they call the shots. What's happening now? He called the shots. You know, many things in West Africa. You know, the Right Honorable Vacant Ambassador touched on a very sensitive points. It's like this man beaucoup peace business, peace mission. What happened recently in the Benin Republic? He overturned coup, make the government sit back. What happened Guinea-Bissau? He said no, I look at this timeline. We are all democrats. What happened Guinea? I look at this timeline. When I get democracy, can you imagine if you do all that? In other continent, in the class around the ECOWAS Parliament, we are so proud. Whenever we sit down or talk, we say, it's not country. When we go get the chairman, all eyes are on us. Each time, my brother, Honorable Avocado, each time at Tinab, and we leader of delegation, Veronica Kalisi say Tinab for talk. We are so respected. Yes, it's a small country. Why? The chairmanship, we are so respected. Where are we going? So you see, this are the man. When at the moment take a decision, say no, I'll come to that in detail later. But today I will tell you in short, We are a very rich country. We contribution at ECOWAS. If you look at them, at the one time the country has still hold a manship. Where are we coming at this particular moment? We don't get President Jos Malabio as the chairman for all authority then, government then, and head of state then, saying now who chairman is, we understand both the military language and the civilian language. Inside this ECOWAS, we don't get an executive secretary 89 to 93, Dr. General Abbas Gundu, in record. Oh, when they read in CV, each time we get ECOWAS session, get a whole documentary on General Abbas Gundu. For that, you get an name to the ECOWAS. Now, in 8, in Zeram, ECOWAS, on the first side, called ECOWAS. That's his legacy. Dr. Abbas Gundu. Who inside ECOWAS, who don't get speaker in the person of Dr. Sidi Mohamed Tunis, he don't be speaker. We make Sierra and get beaucoup job at the parliament, even at the commission. Inside this parliament, inside ECOWAS, I will tell you, say, we get separation from the head of state authority, we get the commission, we run the executive wing, inside the secretariat, we get the parliament, we also get the court. Inside the court, we don't get vice president. It's Sierra saying justice for man. Justice for man. You can imagine? Inside this parliament and the commission, we don't get a vice president. We don't call our sister, Madam Finda Kuman lawyer. Inside this ECOWAS, Salon get beaucoup benefit at the commission. Beaucoup scholars look at the commission at the parliament. And now I will call it short. You know what I mean? Each time ECOWAS go, and later they say President Malawi will dominate the agenda, or he calls the agenda, and this is how we discuss. What I respect for we. Big Chairman for over, when I look at ECOWAS population, about 400 million. About that, or about 400 million citizens inside ECOWAS. He chairs it. Yeah, that's the man. So for we, deepen with democratic credential, that Salon, that country, we will look up to. Salon, we look at history. Just now, the ambassador gave a summary. We don't come from fine good governance under Sam Milton, just after independence. As we turn out, we don't share history of coups and counter-coups in the same country. As it turned out, we don't go through years, the issue of corruption, past government. We don't go through 11-year interregnum. What an horrendous war. Cut foods. In all of these things, we grapple. So no. Salon is a classical example. Inside the war. Yet, they're going to take negotiate peace camp. Inside the war today, they want to look at you as a classical example. You mean what camp? What on peaceful at the table? That's an example. We go through fragile democracy. Today we are getting stronger in democracy. Government in rule and loss. He has no power. Opposition can take power. A loss. He has no power again. Can you imagine? From fragile to stronger democracy. Little by little. That is what we are going through. We don't go through diseases. If you imagine, I talk of COVID-19, you can't let about Ebola. We struggle, they stigmatize the whole world. We went for done Ebola, fatal. Because of the less dollar Ebola, President Jos Malabio, it can buy for fake COVID-19. You know, they finish it. We are on record. Where are we going? As it turns out, Minister Siba don't read out his reasoning of treason. They don't read out crimes. But because the Attorney General get authority and call Nola Poseke, this case, I get open at Massa. I cannot go there and watch. Me, I'm lawmaker. But where are we going? Today, we are saying President Dr. Alex Kuma former should come back home. What does this mean? I mean, ECOWAS, we contribution them to peace building. I got opportunity every year, country they produce and present and read out the country reports. And they read the MP now for Chechera, tell country them, Alagotina for peace. There's no country they fall back, they will not be taken aback. There are signs. Then I'm so glad you hold on and ask how you want the response center build. Nothing that happened in a country through accident. There are things that happen small. Today, we get the Independent Commission for Peace and National Cohesion. Very powerful institution. Where many countries inside ECOWAS and they don't get ahead. So we are advanced. When you look at the legislation there, some old, some new, some repeal. What don't do? Many countries in the get away. when I get to the top of the bill, now ECOWAS Parliament, they just say, hey, Honorable Mama, we respect the head of your bill. Don't bring it here. You mean we should not marry under 18? Please stop it there. That's the country we have. Giving women opportunity and for benefit from the free quality education. So they start at this time, I tell you what, country like Banju, each time they are send message, say, President Mahala they get peace. The Banju president will call, hey, go to the council, this person they come. Each time inauguration they go on, they get standby flights, market service in the Ghana. Inauguration they go on, as they are enough, play the beat for it one. And there is the country, irrespective of all what will happen, they say no allow water, not go under the bridge. Today, the Attorney General, you don't see public notice that all charges against some of them get misprision of treason. When you go to history lane, you cannot go to it. Mina was charged with misprision of treason. The next day, he landed himself where Paneba Road, right? But here is a man, President Joseph Malabio, an epitome of peace. So no! Now only one country we get. Let's home, let's chill. Now only Mama Salon we get. That's the beauty. Before this week expire, definitely we any parliamentary resolution on the subject matter we don't discuss.
Okay, say we get another breaking news. But this don't in the works for a while. One for tell the outstanding ECOWAS MP, leader, member of the parliament, chairman, is man entitled to Boko, mayor, plenty titles them. But they tell you one of the outstanding public servants in the Republic of Sierra Leone. We thank you, sir, for your leadership. And say, ECOWAS, peace, national cohesion. Will not be no say today you can't meet up this news. But you don't meet up, you're not the right person. When something happen, now you can do the talk between. Now you need to try for do the institutionalization of peace at the country. We can work together sometime on the civic education aspect. I want to comment on the importance of the aging step we don't take today, what I just announced on behalf of the government of Salo. And the ECOWAS summit in Kawan, Salo. And waiting for me this moment for the country, for peace, for national cohesion. Over to you.
Good evening, because you don't pass out. Good afternoon, everybody. We want to tell Papa God thank you. The Bible saying everything to God give thanks. I know say we pastor and chief imam Nayas don't preach to we today. Say me say if I forget say not to church today, I almost say amen. What to make I say Lord give Papa God thank you. For me, one of the first things while I hear this announcement just now, not take my phone on, I see what I look my phone. Now the unity agreement at the fence on my phone. I say what thing this imply for we, now the peace commission and as a nation inside this unity agreement. Because remember say one of the things that we currently they work on now make sure say agreements where party and sign they also fulfill them. And what I watch the first thing when I see now resolution 6. Lie it down for me. It said both parties commit to re-engineer and rekindle the relationship with the national, social, political, economic system, such as between His Excellency the President and former political leaders, in brackets, former presidents and vice presidents, the APC and SLPP leadership, etc. Why read that day? Why are you waiting? This announcement say it make a blow candle. You go say what make you blow candle. Now for just say no more, now for just tick the box no more. Now na dey for na the peace commission or na for make sure say team own. From una we don dey observe na the peace commission, una know say we need to look at things surface level. We always make sure say we drill deep. If we say we dey make peace, we dey make peace. And this week, if una dey even follow our Facebook page, una see say we, the national moral guarantor them, and also the APC, we been dey go around institutions there. We dey go ask them, this agreement where we been sign, how far una don go? Wetin una don do? Wetin na the bottleneck there inside there? If challenge dey, how we can help una as an institution? Then they all man ask questions, they able for answer questions then. And I should say una not hear say anything that come all the way ala dey inside. It should say salon people they were able for sit down, we able for manage situation for we say, we able for talk to we say, and we able for give peace cap to we say. If we not be able, they not be for tolerate the team the way they go around. The only side we left when at tomorrow, in fact, now this press release make will not do it today. Now ECSL tomorrow will be there. Now ECSL and now they will they complete all things. All things go down complete. We go down visit all the institutions. But so far, I will tell you now so good. Everybody happy because they find out say all man they work. Tripartite recommendation. All man they work. Nobody, no institution, no day will lack the end. All man don't move, all man don't execute, all man don't do something. What to make us start from yonder? Here we look at we come to Sierra Leone, and then they talk about the history where we already know here. We don't come up and war. Tell God thank you for the international partner where they carry through. But one thing what I can always tell people then, now the fact say, Salomon, when we go to the table, anytime we go to the table, when we talk case, and people they witness them, when it comes to implementation, we they implement. No agreement, no the way they will say from when they come on that table, nothing no they can agreement the way they implement. Go look back now all the agreements the way Salomon don't do. Something the way we don't do. It shows say when we for talk to ourselves. We can make bad heart by ourselves, and then they say, as Pakaba say, we have bad heart. But that don't mean say we hate ourselves that much that we never talk to ourselves. So now, how that we were that day? Now, this commission, we work. Now, how for make that we bad that we get for ourselves? How we go see them as positive change? More change to do that. The commission work now for how they go around for forgive ourselves. How they go around and reach peace. If we look at certain things the way the people are holding at this table, where they're not even touch about. The UN Security Council, where we've been there 2024 and 2025, where we there under, we see how Salon promotes peace in the world. It don't tap there. We also see that the security, because when Mr. Seth go present, they collect our what we do, now the unity agreement, they say, do you have peace commission, I can't show we how we do this. By the time I do my presentation done, like you now this is testimony now Al-Fakani Church. By the time when I was done, he and other countries they come to me, do you have this model? We need that. We need to know how to engage more. We need to understand how social cohesion they prevail on a country. How we are able for them to make sure they implement agreements. That other countries they were not in inside Africa. Like they can meet me and tell me, say, look, blueprint of some of the things they will do. If we they go market we set as peaceful people then. And then they not able to see evidence, then we say will get problem. But one good thing, last week at the main meeting, na the UN, I don't call this UN, but na UN na Salonia so again. They say, we get peace commission there across Africa. They say, but waiting the Salon Peace Commission don't exhibit, no other peace commission don't exhibit it. This is from a UN, very senior UN official. And I will say, peace. We can always say this and matter. Because I study peace. One of the things they say if the government not take the lead, peace they succeed. Because for the opposition opposition say smile, they get person say the government willing for make peace. And we say that don't go right through. We don't see the government always they make efforts. And we say the peace commission, they take advantage of that. For bring not just APC but all other political parties and actors them on board. For sure say we promote peace at all levels. Whether not the paramount chieftain, we don't work with them. Whether not the councillor them, we don't work with them. Whether not government line ministry them, we don't work with them. And we don't want to go back to the past. In fact, right now as I talk to you, now we office now the hall, we get meeting there where they look at the TIC and the recommendation and waiting don't achieve so far. We get 40 parastatals the way they do right now. When they update, so far, we waiting we don't find out so far, and then still the update. 61% of waiting the TIC recommend, we already implement as a nation. That document they waiting there for now to promote peace and social cohesion. In not day. They don't make mention but with president how in what they do now ECOWAS. But also now the AU. Now the coordinator of the C10. And that's now the 10 countries there where they lobby for make sure that they give permanent seats. 2 permanent seats and 2 non-permanent seats for Africa. Now the UN Security Council. And Salon the champion now. How we go to go champion and then we know the correct yo. We're not able to take care of we home. Now that's what they do. The unity agreement. I will tell you again, the unity agreement. Not all people like us don't then take Ken we say una like this, una like that, una like this. Now so una for agree. Not also una for agree. No, not also the argument. If anybody writes that history there, me. Now witness, I will tell you I say not to so it be. I will tell you I say the government send their representative, the APC then send their representative, then sit down, the 2 parties, and then they write waiting there in that unity agreement word for word. No international person will be angry over them for do waiting and do. That means they may get passion for peace and social cohesion. That means all my want for see Salon peaceful. That means all my want for see team better. For let we agree to that, for me then go sit down. We, the Peace Commission, we go meet president. That day they open it, they on social media. We'll go meet an office and say, Pa, this now a recommendation for the Peace Commission. Do you allow me for do this? He said anything once and for bring peace and social cohesion can the country, una go do it. That's not how we don't use for work. So if the agreement say we for make sure say peace day between former president and the vice president then and all the stakeholders then, for me I smile, all the things go there now. Yes, no clap for we all. Because peace not a one-man business. So. Peace now in all business. If you feel say you not contribute to peace, you don't lie. If you, West Doya, feel say you not contribute to peace, you don't lie. Because what they write in your newspaper matter. What they put in your radio programs matter. What they put in your TV programs matter. How will they deal with research now we post them? It matter. How will they deal with your neighbor then? Whether una na same religion or not the same religion or whether una na the same party or not the same party or it matter. Now they make peace day. Because if we been hate research because we belong to different religion, trust me, for the people that the other country then where all the effects. But Saloma Tanso. In fact, one of the things them where they can joke about Saloma in Golden Conference, they say that only when you can Saloni the Yeri, where they say, how church today say Alhamdulillah. Just imagine, come on church, they say how the service today say Alhamdulillah. So it's so important that even as we they celebrate, because this ECOWAS conference for me is a celebration, right? Celebration of the achievements as peaceful country because it's peace not in there. Salon are the second most peaceful country in West Africa, if you don't know. Yeah? We then ahead of Ghana and Senegal.
Yes.
We want to feel say somebody one go there, they feel say the peaceful person. Not on school. We peaceful. So if we're not be peaceful, then they can't hold ECOWAS conference now. So this is not showcase. In only the showcase with tourists in business, it also the showcase how peaceful we are. Because everywhere they go, na next na beach, and they meet some the people they all can the conference, then they na beach. Even tell then they relax there. So if Salon not be peaceful, if you say they will go relax na beach where next don't come, they will find some country then an armed robbery. They will not put gun at the end and net for thief their wallet. No, but you see them they stroll at the beach. Then they enjoy themselves. They go to the hotel room then when they want. That's now what we need for showcase. For let the president come back, the former president come back, and they say they drop all the charges. How you and me go embrace them? Now that we need for look at. How we go ensure say this showcase we at every level, not only in Africa but at global level. Say Salon are the country where we don't repeal death penalty, right? We let the kill the citizens there again. We don't believe in that. And now, even though they say they don't charge the president, they drop all the charges, they say because of peace and social cohesion. Please let me and you to make a boast about it. And let we teach, we begin it for forgive. Let me teach, we office them. They want to in our office. How we go get concerned? How we work towards peace and social cohesion. So Salon not only know for peace, but for social cohesion as we move ahead.
Alhamdulillah. In Jesus' name. Today a different vibe again here today. We can talk about what they bring we together. See, the allergy, they cut the scripture. Also unique to Salon. Unique to we. Muslims, they attend Christian schools. Christians, they attend Muslim schools. The president is a practicing Catholic. He's married to a practicing Muslim. Most Salon people don't even know say that they're amazing because we don't so used to it. And your mama was born on a Hajj. That's the beauty of this country. Now that make today, in my last job, the advice for in government, the way they can hire. I've been spend a lot of time to talk to embassies and all that. I can tell them, say, if anybody tells us Salon so divided, they lie by you. When come back politics, they argue. It's people like that. But the average Salon, me, I just come to parliament, sir. I go table successfully the government printer. Oh, they talk, and that same parliament, if you're a leader, in fact, the two leaders, they are also members of the Organicans Club. They go talk, then they laugh, then they joke. The APC, they still enter, we say still enter, they all come on and they all go sit down, eat together. We all go to the same party there. We all marry the same woman there and the sister there. Meet up and the man there, We have so much in common. We Allah don't bless you in this country. And we for allow let them think that they become what they define me, the thing that we bring we together, not to the one that we discuss away for it. So in that speed, we will open now for a quick set of round of questions. Then a big day will also equals the go on. We don't can't give you the details to the ministerial sessions. It starts, the mediation committee members them, and then the day after, Thursday and Friday, we get the ministerial council meeting. It starts Saturday. We open the historic Julius Maada Bio Convention Center, Lunge. We open the ECOWAS Logistics Depot, Lunge, and then Sunday the country they play host for the first time in history to the ECOWAS heads of states for the media summit. We will get multiple heads of state in the Canada and a brand new facility we all will be proud of. Lunge, if you put it down, not to say we do transform part of President Bio vision for help for bringing this country together. One let UK become a gateway for let Nigeria for Kano. No, you go gladly. They want to make a diplomatic city. They attract conference stories. You see somebody they pass about money, they try for compare OAU, this, that. They don't make this clear. Independent analysts, they don't make this clear. Anybody who gets small intellectual prowess, you know, so when they compare amounts, they compare the amount, then you adjust for inflation over the period of time. So if they say in 1980 I'll be 200 million, when you adjust in real dollar terms for today, 1980, it will be 801 million. That's what they spent. And the judgment of economists and history is that the foundation that laid for the investigation of the economy. That's the judgment of historians. The country could not afford it. The bank governor at the time advised against it. IMF at the time advised against it. But it was done. President Bill said we need a more prudent economic management. We for years play a leading role globally. But we not for do that at the expense of social investment. We not for do that at the expense of the economic stability. So we don't maintain all social investment. The host ECOWAS this year. We don't maintain everything. Free quality education, healthcare, everything. Fit salon. We don't maintain the investment. We are spending for the coffers less than 0.01% of the national budget. But even if you take the private sector investment, you take the value because of the guarantee, it's only 1%, 1.5% of the GDP. At the time, the expenses was about 20% of the GDP, 50% of the development budget, half of it. All taken directly from the treasury. We will not do that at all. Private sector investment. By the way, I see some people quote multiple numbers. I will mention the initial agreement was about 86 million, by the way, not to be dollar, not be euro. Not be including presidential villas and the 14 presidential villas they within the bill and all that. When the agreement don't be completed with everything incorporated, then it comes to 124 million. So this government, we're very transparent, we come forward and talk about. By the way, when I attend this press conference, go say, when I announced the agreement with the Ministry of Finance, I came here, I explained it at the time. I will not come back and give you the exact figure. Again, but that money doesn't come from the coffers. The private sector FB group, they contribute about 15 million euros. The rest they take in banks, in loans from EBID and other banks and other financial institutions. We do their own assessment. What the government they do a guarantee. But then bank they don't analyze the loan and they say this is a loan where the capacity for pull this money back over the period of the agreement within 30 years. 30 years at the period of the agreement. Not just this country. For letting know upfront all these details. If setting up of that infrastructure, the government not spend a single direct cash into it. We don't raid the treasury. That did not happen. For all of the operations of this, ECOWAS don't contribute significantly, but government of Sahel get for contribute. If the host person or the host, let the person say they take care of all the expense, you must make the rooms fine, you must count security, you must put the banner, you must host something, you must cook one fall must die. Yeah? Or will the flower man and a cow? When a baby guest. Now they sacrifice for that opportunity. Yeah, but what's price now? You know? Bread must go into the oven. In some cultures, they say in the fair one small person hand over and say, okay, marry this with sister. That will become brother. So I want to take the question quick. And then we will come back to it. Oh, I'll do the questions quickly. Yes. Let me see the hands. Okay, we'll start. So last week, so we start. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's tap here first. We'll come down. Look, go quick, sharp. One other gentleman with the glasses. Then I want to come out the two.
Edward Nyaketimi, MTV. I want to make an appeal to Honorable Alfakan. Firstly, to us now, we all graduated drop all the charges them against the former president. But the first appeal would be say the families for the one that will be lost in life. during that November 26 school, please make una take them into consideration as they are going through a lot. And also to the families of those that were influenced, brainwashed, and financed also, I think so I need to take them into consideration also.
All right, Bakamara.
Madam, we understand say the government don't play left younger for the old man pass. Who's guarantee will get it? In terms of litigation, in accordance with the international law, who go assure perpetual peace now and for all? Or is it that say the Guinean president did not say the ECOWAS meeting they take place as you were doing, and I make it just get free? True. Mr. Albakan. Excuse me, sir. Doctor, rumor they go on say, I want them to educate skeptics then. You tell them the difference. That this ECOWAS meeting, when they can hold us alone, go likely cause economic woes them, like the OAU conference. I want to make you educate the general public whether it's true or not. Yes, sir. Pardon me, Mr. Chairman, Honorable Chairman, sir. My minister. Yes, sir. But I true say any country where they host the ECOWAS conference or ECOWAS meeting, the member states that they financially contribute for give some financial help, sir. Thank you.
All right, number 3, quickly. Please, if somebody don't ask question, don't repeat it. I really want to manage this time. Yes, go ahead.
Okay. My name is Mahmoud Silla from the Nature newspaper and Silla I watch online. I'm back. I've been away for some time.
Welcome back. We miss you.
Okay. Mr. Minister of Information, will you be surprised? This is the decision the government of Sierra Leone through the Attorney General's office don't take. This decision will go against you tomorrow, in the sense that people then go misinform, or some action will be taken against the government of Sierra Leone as a result of victims issue just now. That is one. Honorable African, we are very close to my president, also close to
Hold the mic up, yes.
okay.
Yeah.
You are very close to the former president, and you are also close to the current president. There was a rumor that the house where the current president were residing at Juba was paid by the former president. Will you confirm that information to the public today?
All right, thank you very much. Go get the next person.
Eddie, I'm current Ali from Pan African Student Voice Radio. The first question they go to Alhaji Alfakan. Waiting on the assurance we give to citizens then about security during this ECOWAS summit till it comes to the end. The next question they go to Honorable Emasinamina. We don't see ECOWAS they give judgment over issues then many times ECOWAS country then. But then continent they can feel for adhere to them judgment then they. We remember there is a case where one lady, because of her child marriage, that issue they up now against Sierra Leone, and you actually represent ECOWAS now here. It's not the assurance we agree say the ECOWAS itself will begin better, and it will be just like ECOWAS so they see they will give verdict over issue, and the country not adhere to that particular verdict.
Thank you very much. Next person. And Francis Akaya. Oh yeah, this one. Yeah, I think that lady did it last, yes.
Alassane Poma, the report for Post Online Television. A question will go to the Deputy Leader 2 of Government Business regarding the former President in Cameroon. You mentioned inside statements the Parliament gave for debate. That particular decision will come up from the Attorney General and Minister of Justice. I just want to know how Parliament will forget about that. the Attorney General and Mr. Justice already don't break the news out to the public. And the second one, they go to Madam Saman. You, inside your statement, you mentioned Sierra Leone, now the second peaceful country now Africa, so to speak, now West Africa, so to speak. I just want to know, because there are a lot of concerns coming from Sierra Leoneans, they hold the Sierra Leone passport, that they've been harassed in numerous countries across the country on the issues we get to do with the drug across West Africa, especially for Sierra Leone. I just want to let you comment on that. Yeah, thank you.
Final question.
Good afternoon, everybody. Munira Kalon from Munira inside. We are visioning Lungay to be a sort of capital for Sierra Leone. So the government has stated that this infrastructure is designed to elevate Lungay into a major commercial and administrative hub. But beyond the hosting diplomatic summits, what specific policies are going to be introduced solely so that the private sector enterprises will be established permanently in Lungay? And also the second question I have is, as the chairman of the ECOWAS, there are other countries like Mali, Burkina Faso, and Niger that exit the ECOWAS. What regional dynamic has the chair of ECOWAS, diplomatic concessions or strategies is President Bio proposing during the summit to rebuild the trust so that there will not be any other fragmentation in the ECOWAS?
Thank you very much. I'm going to all plenty thank you for the question today. I just want to say very quickly that
This week, Zach shared around, we published at the ministry, the frequently asked question on the ECOWAS summit. Everybody here for them gets an also. So there, if you don't get an 8, go down with page and all, because some of them questions what they ask, we don't address already. That's why we like for to proactively give them information. We know we only need for give information, say bell food. We give no more. So we don't provide answer to a lot of the question there. I'll start so we end it. Alaji, you had a couple of questions. How ECOWAS, whether it will say ECOWAS, they contribute to the cost when the host. And then there was another question for you about how Parliament debates this issue we will read about earlier today. And then about the country honoring, and again, maybe an opportunity for them to clarify, ECOWAS court judgment and ECOWAS inability for foster country to do that. Please, Lord one, as briefly as we can.
Yeah, thank you very much. Very interesting questions here. Somebody asked a question on what about the families? I think I just touched on that. Okay, I forgot about that. Whatever country they contribute to ECOWAS, I want to make you know a few things how ECOWAS is run. All countries, they finance their own contribution to ECOWAS. How about it? For example, Sierra Leone, any ship where they can salon, as long as the entire African territory, they cut 0.5% tax. What time they go? BSL, Bank of Salon, then they use for form ECOWAS activity then. As you see me now, so each time I go ECOWAS Parliament, each time I go Chicago, they go ECOWAS Parliament, not to Salon government, they buy for tickets, not to Salon government, they buy for we per year. Now ECOWAS claim responsibility that. Are you understanding that? So, we lost this in any part, Salon government at all, ECOWAS. Notwithstanding, what you go big contribution, I don't get to get at least an aim for buy coffee, tea, date, for freedom. Definitely, morally speaking, the money that was spent for new gym, etc., these are little things. Salon government will most put in a name. Yeah, I can tell you, because it will be shameful they get in there. For them can big picture meeting when they put Salon on the map, greatly, bright map. The Salon, and another good thing you will see from this summit, I don't want to put ECOWAS country for all, for ECOWAS sitting there. I know with the assistance of Nigeria, I don't want to see we get ECOWAS building. They can't get Julius Malabio building so to the way that ECOWAS will build a party. You know, all of the ECOWAS meetings on hotel on the go. So the other landmark Salon Moscow so again inside Abuja, Nigeria. Now Salon will be the next country where we get ECOWAS house, where we go name after President Jos Balabio in name. So these few things are also the judgment of ECOWAS. And follow me know, like I said earlier on, ECOWAS are divided into the commission, ECOWAS divided into the parliament and the courts. And they work for the parliament in the household. But in as much as ECOWAS in judgment that they can, countries they actually buying for are there. But also for making countries that get their sovereignty there, maybe not aligned to country sovereignty in as much as they subscribe their country, they respect that ECOWAS commission, but countries they get their uniqueness in terms of sovereignty where nobody not in touch at the end of the day. Another question will come again that Parliament will come with a resolution so yes, very soon, this week before it expire. Parliament will come out with a resolution. It's standing orders of Parliament to declare that Section 4 inside the Constitution, subsection 4, the President, the Minister, they can go into any agreements, but for like binding, the Parliament, then get that authority inside Section 4 inside the Constitution, subsection 4, D, any resolution, they can go into it. But for like binding, now only Parliament get that authority. Section 105 of the Constitution, it says Parliament, without prejudice, Parliament shall be the highest law-making authority. So these are very, very important. The sister also asked last question, look at the strategy then, where President Jos Balabio don't do for them country, they don't succeed. I will tell you, you don't get sleep. Because I tell you earlier on, that not only understand President Jos Balabio, not only understand the language of incoming combatant now. Now make it free at any time for jump, now Mali, Niger, Burkina Faso. They don't understand themselves. I don't tell you the detail because it's premature now. But they don't go far. Who could have thought Guinea will get democracy today? Who could have thought Benin Republic could go overturn? Who could have thought Guinea-Bissau, they're not agreeing and say yes, we'll get this election. That has been the strategy. Sleepless night of President Jos Balabio, each time happy to joke. So I'm like, this Ghanaian classical example. So no, it's been competent diplomatically and they honor me and they adore me and say, you walk here sleep. All the sudden they're not bringing quietness day, that is Sahel. Quietness. Then your own backyard, you get question back, you have to take the bold step with the minister, not the same person, the government talk man, the minister of information and civic education. Don't break a big news for me today. Based on that, Parliament will get resolution, I will tell you, even this week. Thank you. Everything. But thank you very much.
Thank you very much, leader. And Sarah, I think there was one question or two. Pakama has sent the next one question to you. And then the other ones to respond to the question.
Let's start with the Yenga. Yenga, if you really follow up Yenga not to what the Sujamani just grab the open the border and say when I begin go up and down. Right? A lot of negotiation and talk done between the two Sujamani and between the different sides, communities there. As we did it, we even get program where they go on the right now, right? Community. But one of the things them way been done happen first, this last play they way pass so. The two soldier man them, Guineans they play against Salon soldier, then they football. So you they see say they create them wonderful way be done caused by animosity. Right? That's all part of trust building. So they don't get a lot of trust building exercise when they go continue, not to one day. When they can help them in for help you. So if problem can be, we still need to know how they handle them until we resolve them peacefully. Now they're not open. People and they go and come and they do their business. Problem not there right now. So look, we say, wait till we don't start. It will lead to the total commode, then we're able for commode day back and go back to the country. We say we're able for man and guard, we border them and make sure say that place they become more lively. But one thing them way and say the place be so dead, so we need for make more life, more activity they go on so that nobody know can take the territory. Again, I will be calling to help me and make it come. Second one. Security for with passport. In internal security, when they pass in the streets, then they stop you asking for your passport. Nobody stop you asking for your passport. If they stop you, na people your border, na their own checks and balances and security when they put in place for their own country. maybe you go feel say that you want them to check when a Sierra Leonean. You go surprised if when the Gambian will tell you say they said that they stop her. The Nigerian will tell you say that they stop her. So every country get your checks and balance in terms of security. That then they influence the global peace index. What they talk about say Salon na the second most peaceful country in West Africa. Now completely two different things. So then we said Salon said we get your security check. We don't they don't arrest people there with drug them now with airports. Now because of the kind of security they all put now with border points there, we don't even hear now Cambia district where they catch people there with illegal things there. And even with picking them when they want for stowaway with. We see how they don't stop them. So it's waiting you put every country there in your right for put in your systems for security, for checks, now in your own border area, whether airport, whether land, whether by sea, anywhere. So I think say then that your checks and balance will not affect me.
Thank you very much. Honorable Alhaji Alfakan, you get quite a few questions. I want to let you split them, some of the questions. So you will take the one that will be directed directly to you, and maybe you left some the way we say we'll take afterwards. But go ahead.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. Well, this ECOWAS business, I think in a way we don't understand what ECOWAS mean. If you understand what ECOWAS mean, now we go to jump. If most of us not been born yet, the one in this country, like ECOWAS can bring peace. So we will be non day, then 10 and day, we know what that meant. So we will tell them everything. But let me remind you of a nursery rhyme. If all the men were one man, what a great man that would be. If all the women were one woman, what a great woman that would be. If all the countries were one country, what a great country that would be. That means size is wealth. The greatest nations on earth today are the ones with a huge population. Example, India went from 1.4 billion people. I think it's not the most populated. China is 1.3 billion. Then you get America, I want to know, for 350 million, and then Russia. When I look at ECOWAS, ECOWAS has 400 million people. If all of the countries of ECOWAS were one country, what a great country that ought to be. We forgot waiting the United States of West Africa. And that is exactly what we are. Now the political union not it, but the committee with the set in ECOWAS is a function almost as much. When Minister say, Minister Siba say, we problem in being Benin in December it was. The morning way happened. By the time President Biodun done for call in colleagues, they were put on the ground from Nigeria and from Cote d'Ivoire. So before there's a 2 o'clock something, they couldn't know. President Biodun was chairman. He said, no, I'm not going to Guinea-Bissau. When it happened, you go there. It was not reversed only because the president not be interested to go back that day. They don't go Senegal. So they don't left vacuum. They allow the one they will make the coup, make the incident, but they give a strict conditionalities. You're going to put a timetable. And that timetable is running now, then they can't get to it. So this is not the greatness. If ECOWAS were one country, we don't need the Strait of Hormuz for open or lock. Nigeria get oil. Ghana get oil. Cote d'Ivoire get oil. Senegal get gas. Mauritania, where President Biodun and fed for Blinken, you get gas and oil. We go left on beginning. Oh, we will be self-sufficient. Old. We self-get. But for the other, certain is able to come back into the fold, we go back to the original 15 countries. We can be a self-sufficient country. Really no need nobody. We have great universities. In fact, the oldest university in Black Africa, I think it is the second or third university in the whole world. Mali, University of Timbuktu. And then you have the other one in Morocco. So we had these things before even the Oxfords were set up. So we have the areas of learning, even if not for land book number. What did they say today? They say the most educated Proton man in this world, the whole world, that is West Africa. Then they also say inside Africa, the people with the highest intelligence quotient, Sierra Leoneans, inside West Africa. So we have the intellect, we have the human capacity, we get the resources, we get the land. If only we get the union, we will in fact forget now. Believe me, we will be a great country. We will be more populated than the United States. They have 350. We have 400. We are not going to fight for the good because we will open up. Because when President Bill and the AES, that is the Association of Sahel States, come back into the fold, it means that we face where they between we and the Sahara, that is Mali, and Niger. We don't build them back. Once we build it is like. To answer your question, Mr. Toure, the security ECOWAS for you and for the heads of state and all those coming is top notch. Believe me, today has been not sleeping. ONS also day on top of things. Every day, say it. These are things that are happening invisibly, but in your interest. So I want to say yes. Me and President Nkrumah be close. In fact, very close. And I have never denied that. Everybody knows that. Me and him sleep at the same bed. We live together. Now we're married now, but all man gonna he's my brother. I've always told you. We may have differed politically, but we get two more relationships apart from the political. One is my brother, and two is my uncle by marriage. My uncle married his sister. So we will never break because we nephew them and nieces. We get DNA Nkrumah. They also get DNA Cisse. They are my brothers. My sisters. So in that conjuncture, we meet together. We have intercepted each other. Must be intersection. So that is what we are. He is my brother. So for me, now good news for you all. Believe me, nobody wants for their brother they have. So if government don't see within the law of Sierra Leone, it is possible for their camp. We welcome that and we tell President Julius Maada Bio, thank you. Before I close, we have another sensitization meeting, town hall meeting, tomorrow at Lunge, 10 a.m. about ECOWAS. ECOWAS, let them bring ECOMOG campaign for me. And I don't forget, say, President Bill said that the ECOMOG soldier. You see how he has grown? From an ECOMOG soldier to an ECOWAS chairman. That is for you the example as young people. When you are disciplined, when you are focused, when you decide to put your effort to build yourself, you can grow from an ECOMOG soldier to an ECOWAS chairman. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Some more direct question don't be come to me, but you just want to say, what they talk say, would they marry with sister and brother them? And the part talk so, married. So we didn't discuss it. A very important question, number one, about the families of the one that will be killed. The government continue to be committed to justice and to the rule of law. This is done within the confines of the rule of law. Multiple people they have been charged or good people them. So man not really be convicted. But the law allow the AG for exercise within called discretion. As long as you don't reach the judgment yet, the AG can decide say you are only become a witness, or I can decide say I drop this case based on vague factors. The AG will exercise that law. You know what I mean? Say the government don't give up on justice, and particularly on the lives of the people that we be affected directly and otherwise by the unfortunate incident of November 26. Their families and they continue to be there to President Barry Hart. Lots of steps that we will take for support them. These are steps that will continue. The government will continue to take. And then on the question of misinformation, I think you don't see, we don't respond big to that. So oh, they go use this against you. President Bill not make any decision, government not make decision, the agent not make no decision for think about how it will affect you politically. I don't tell them say at every moment where you be faced with a choice, you choose waiting good for Salon. You choose waiting good for history, peace, democracy, progress, and that's in the President Bill they listen to. So those are very important issues as well we come up. You know, on the question of misinformation, like I say, we will continue to do the best and make the ministry day. As long as we day, government day, government spokesperson day, my approach always forbids misinformation, not to go after the misinformer, and for provide people with the news, the right truth. And not say that you will let you know like we said, but you will not say, yeah, we come on public information. The entire architecture of government. We don't really do it best, and we continue to improve that. I've shown us we continue to improve. I want to allow let people get fake news for let them dominate. We they respond on time because we know say information and peace, information and development information. We live in an information age. That's important. Alaji want to talk quickly on the Lunge investments and the incentives for investments briefly because I want to take a few additional questions and close.
The question as to after the conference,
the summit,
what next for Lunge? Yes, we have a plan. President Bill very deliberate. President Bill always they pick examples. Now I give you the example of Abuja. Abuja not be exist, not be village. It was a village, a farm, that belonged to a man called Babu. So Abuja means Abu's village. So when President Murtala Muhammad, General Murtala Muhammad, decides that Lagos don't tight, they look for a place, they go to the center of the country. Now they go meet up, say, Babu in village where they call Abuja. They can't even say Alfaya, and Sakoya, and Kanoya. Now the right center of the country. They say, no, Putanayasu. So they started, how do you build a new city? First they built the airport, first thing. We're not going to build that in Alunge. The next one, now they build a hotel, the Noga Hilton. So people then come, they get side for sleep. Then they build a second hotel, that now the Transcorp. So they get two. Now people they get for work. If they come from Lagos, they need an office. So they build a secretariat called the UE building. So now people they fly, there's an airport, they fly to Abuja from Lagos, can work all day and go back. Then they decide, wow, this is not a religious country. The next thing we go for, we make people comfortable. They'll build the cathedral, they build the church, then they build the mosque. And they say, in case the president can get for it. So they build Aso Rock. Government pull the hand. Then they pull the hand. They don't build the infrastructure. That is what we have done at Luque. So now the investors now begin come, they go buy land, they build hotel, they build road, they build this, they build houses. Before you know it, then people maybe they fly from Lagos for camp every day. And now they go again, because if now they have the Transcorp Hilton. So they go stay weekend, now go Lagos and all that. If I said, let's start the aviation. But then first I begin run my airline. I had an airline in Lagos, run into Abuja. So I can every day I carry people they go. When they all don't move to Abuja, business not again, now I come back to Salon. So that's what we are going to do to Lunge, a diplomatic city. We don't be London, we not go build the hostel.
Thank you, sir. Just to be clear, the ambition is for Lunge to become a gateway city. A city, not necessarily a second city of Sierra Leone. We currently get multiple cities, Bona City, Kelemana City, Makedina City, Bonfana City, Potlokona City. So we get multiple cities. And we want to convert Lunge as well, not just into a city, but a gateway city to the country. We're going to become a tourism hub. Now, we don't really exhaust time, we're way out of time. So only if you get a burning question. Otherwise, we'll make you like the for today. You get burning question? Okay, now two quick. Now two. Yes. Make name Michael question. Yes.
My name Saidu from Exclusive.
Yes, sir.
And Sierra Leoneans for the past years, they don't cry for them to approve the tax. That was $5 now. The airport. All these years we were not pull out. And just we get the visitors around to come and pull that tax thing. Why now?
Thank you.
And two, Madam, on a scale of 1 to 10, how you go rate the implementation of the National Unity Agreement?
11. Yes.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Fatih Rosani Modishola. We shall contain a report for the Africa 24 newspaper. The notice will come out now today. We all glad for all man glad right now. I will see. The question now we I get for ask is why now? Why the government of Sierra Leone decide for discharge this case against the former president, and also the one the way they don't charge, where they don't sentence, where they all they be sentenced towards this treason, yeah. They get for pardon them also. I mean question that one day.
Alright, so I think most of the questions are for me. But take the unity agreement 1 to 10. It's a direct question. On a scale of 1 to 10. Quickly. There we go.
9.
Alright, so 9. So you see, everything they work as well. You get for left room, follow complete the balance. You don't say see they do good work. On the airport tax, my brother, when we go UK, the Honorable Vice President announced this, he agreed and that from 10 we don't work on this. When we become minister, one of the first cabinet conversations include follow get a lay hand on the agreement, for review that and for bring the parties together, follow end them. I will assure you say nobody at that cabinet day not be committed for reviewing it. For government decisions, especially decisions taken before you can do. In a week, no money no make go. Government and continuity. Anything we do today, I mean a minister, so today I go leave agreements in parliament. Where other governments come, me not there again. SLPP continue, they make other post minister, he bound by that. If God forbid, say SLPP not there, other party come. That possibility is still bound by that agreement and the importance of governance. But sometimes events they now conspire with other things that will be done. They happen. We don't say, men are the member of that committee before. In fact, last December we announced it by December we don't do it. But now legal agreements, yes, lawyers. In the past, if you talk about the legal agreement, you not deal with sound foot, it cost you more than what you want to solve. So government just follow due diligence. And we gladly say at this time, you know, I think Martin Luther King said the time is right, it's always right to do what is right. It's not because it's the right thing to do. This is the time we don't do that very right today. The other question in a double barrel is say why now on EBK? I want for just read the section of the law we quote in the release with the AG rely on. So you will understand. See the Criminal Procedure Act of 2024, section 45, say the Attorney General and Minister of Justice may enter a nolli prosequi, that's for say no more prosecution, either by a statement in court or informing the court in writing that the state intends that the proceedings shall not continue, and thereupon the defendant shall be at once discharged in respect of the charge for which the nolli prosequi is entered, and if he has been committed to the correctional center, shall be released, or if on bail, his recognizances shall be discharged. But such discharge of the defendant shall not operate as a bar to any subsequent proceedings against him on account of the same fact. The AG relies on the law and he quotes the law. The AG in decision based on the law not affect any other person in your case. In fact, the AG in power not reach bar after a judgment not be made. So a judgment may not be made on the number of others. They don't sentence them. Then they sacrosanct. If anybody want to touch them, they have to go through a legal process, which we're proud of is would they follow the rule of law. On the question of why now, I will answer the same way. If he writes for His Excellency, we don't say today he gets that kind of big hearts, the AG, don't take that step with him. You don't say this is a moment of national unity. You don't say this is a moment of national harmony. You don't say this is a time for long move the country go before. Now the right thing for His Excellency President Bill, don't give the blessing for long move forward as a country, as one nation and one people. So we'll focus on that. All other cases and the other problem will be determined on their own merits. And to be honest, no other, the former president of the country, now a separate issue and a separate case. In that case, they don't be handled on your merits. Just the other case, they don't be handled on their merits. The AG will make a decision, be consistent with the law, and I know they will go by. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to take this opportunity to tell you plenty thank you for what I do with me, for who end this very wonderful conversation. We tell Alaji African thank you. We tell Madam Awa Samai thank you. Honorable Outstanding Leader of Parliament, Honorable Emerson Salamina, and all of our patients, one way carry life all throughout, as we say, most parts from them carry life. We breaking news don't go all over. We tell you and I appreciate you now. We allow continue for show that sign of peace. The spirit of Sierra Leone President Bill talk about. The spirit of freedom, the spirit of warmth, the spirit of harmony. Even as we the host, now we all the host there. Una host. Every journalist now you know host. This week when they pick up on newspaper, remember say we the host. When you blog, when you post, remember say you the host. You get trained channel. You now possibly the host. They don't cancel you now the host. Let we take this 10 moment of national pride. Let we continue for lifting country above all odds. Until next week, Assalamu alaikum.